Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this YouTube channel. We are the Show Me Bros. I'm Steve.
What's up? This is T.
And basically, the goal of this channel is we're going to talk about baseball cards and really talk about any other subject that we want to talk about. Our first and foremost, our passion is baseball cards, or at least mine is. So we really just wanted to have a channel where we could discuss baseball cards, maybe host a few breaks. We're going to break a few boxes in the next few videos. Our first video, though, we just kind of wanted to show off a little bit of our own collection, what we got. So I guess we can probably go ahead and just get started with some of these. First, in the foreground, you can see this little Fernando Tatis, this rookie. I believe it's called the Prism Refractor. This is actually one of our other buddies' cards. He's going to be part of this channel as well. Very nice card. Came out last year. It's part of the Topps Chrome series.
What's that one usually worth?
The Tatis rookies themselves, the Chrome, the base ones can go for about $10 or more if graded. I want to say this one probably is a base value of maybe about $30 or so, not graded.
But do you think it's worth grading since it's such a new card?
Well, that's a good question. This one, I think the reason he held off on not getting it graded was because you can see this little line right here with a foil. It's a little bit of a flaw, and it would possibly keep it from getting a 10, but you know, who knows? I don't know. I'll have to talk to him and see if he wants to reconsider down the road, because I mean, it's otherwise a pretty nice card. Borders look good, the corners are clean, the looks somewhat centered based on the spacing here, so it looks pretty good.
What would you give that if you had to grade it?
Well, that's a good question. I don't even know if I could tell you that, but it would probably get at least a 9, I would say.
It's pretty good then.
Yeah, I'd say so. Next up, what's that?
What do you have over there? Let's see that one.
This one here is actually one of the newest Cardinals. He's a prospect, Matthew Liberatore. We made a trade with the Rays to get him, and he's a first-round pick in, I believe, 2018, 16th overall. And he's a consensus top 100 prospect. Most lists have him between 60 and 40. Good starting pitcher. He got a nasty curveball. There's a video of him in spring training when he faced, I believe it was J.J. Bleday of the Marlins, and he froze him with a curveball. He forced Bleday to kind of back out of the batter's box because he thought it was going to hit him. But he's got a lot of talent, and he could end up being one of our next aces.
What do we think the value is on that card at this time?
I actually bought this one pretty cheap when we traded for him. I got this one for about 40, but it's going for a little bit more now. I want to say last time I saw it was going for about 50.
That's a good investment.
That's pretty good.
That's a gem mint 10.
Yeah.
See that, folks?
This one my buddy's son actually pulled yesterday. It is a Fernando Tatis Donruss 2019 Optic rated prospect, and it is number 2.
Everybody knows why his dad is famous?
Yeah, he hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning against the Dodgers. Same pitcher, too.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and this one's actually numbered to 60. It's very nice, pretty clean.
But he's projected to be much better than his dad.
Oh, yeah, he's projected to be a superstar. He's already a star. He had a great rookie season last year until he hurt his back. Had to miss the last month and a half or so, but he was projected to break the home run record for rookie shortstops. For shortstops,
oh,
not
for shortstops. Okay.
No. Pete Alonso actually set the rookie record last year. I think he hit 53.
Wow, so he broke McGuire's 49?
Yeah.
What's that card going for?
This one's tough to tell. I want to say you probably get at least $40 or $50 for it.
Okay.
It's unfortunately, since it is an optic and doesn't have a logo, you can see it's just kind of been Photoshop, because Donruss, Panini, they don't have the MLB license, so they're not as highly sought after as other cards, unfortunately.
But it's still a Tatis Jr.
It's still a Tatis, so you're going to get some money for it. This next one here, everyone knows who this guy is, Albert Pujols. It's a rookie card from 2001. This one I picked up on eBay about a couple of years ago. I want to say I got it for maybe $40 or so. It's not perfect. You can see the centering is a little bit off compared to the left side, but still one of my favorite cards. Still love the guy. He's going to be a Hall of Famer 5 years after he retires.
What do you think that's going to be graded as?
That's a good question. It really depends. It depends on which company you go with, but one company, PSA, they're a little bit more lenient with the centering, but apparently they may have changed their policy starting this year, so I don't know if they would still give it at least a 9 or a 10, but I would hope to get at least a 9 for it.
And what's that one going to sell for typically at a 9?
You could probably get it for maybe $80 or $90.
All
right. This one here, Nolan Gorman. He's another top 100 prospect for the Cardinals. He was considered the power prospect last year. They took him first round out of high school, and he had a great rookie year, first year last year. Last year, 2019, he kind of struggled a little bit as he got to the higher levels of A-ball, but that's actually typical for a lot of prospects. They were hoping that he would probably start this year in either high A or maybe even double A. And double A is a very hitter-friendly league, so if he had another great year this year, his value was skyrocket. I managed to pick this one up for, I want to say $110, and it should probably jump in value.
What are the odds that he is called up this year?
Called up, none. He's not going to make it this year. He's
2021.
Yeah, I think he just turned 20, and he just spent his first season in A-ball. So, yeah, third base is a very tough position to master. So, I would doubt if we'd see him before 2022 at the earliest.
What do we have next?
This one's just a fun card. This guy Domingo Ayala, he's a comedian who basically posts funny baseball videos. You're on YouTube, so go check him out. Just watch some of his videos on how he's the greatest ball player in the world. I mean, look at the back of his card. Describes after he won his 5th straight MVP award, the league decided to create an SMVP for the second most valuable player. The following season, Ayala played simultaneously for 2 teams, giving him eligibility to win both the MVP and the SMVP, which he did. So it's just a joke card, but it's got the autograph. It's got the player worn relic, so I just think it's a really cool card. This actually came out this year in the Donruss 2020 series, so I picked it up online for I think $18, and I love it.
He played for 2 different teams in the same season?
He's that good.
The only person I remember from Topps baseball sticker books, if you guys remember in the early 80s, Joe Youngblood played for 2 different teams the same day. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. All right, this one's actually a personal favorite of mine. I grew up in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, a baseball fan, and my favorite player was Ozzie Smith. As most people in St. Louis, they loved Ozzie Smith. So my buddy actually pulled this card, and he sold it to me for a great price. It's an Ozzie Smith 4 out of 5 gold label card. It's got the autograph, and it's got the game-worn jersey. And it's pretty nice card. This one touch is very bulky, but he sold it to me for a good price, and last time I looked, the last one went for over $200 online.
Hey.
So it's a good card. Unfortunately, it's a little thick, so I won't get it graded. But yeah, this is one that I'm going to hold on to for forever. Hopefully, pass it down to my kids.
Yep. Some cards mean more than the actual money that you can
Exactly. This year, everyone knows Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This is a clearly authentic number 299 autograph. I picked this one up a few months ago for about $160. Everyone knows Vladdy. He's got the massive power, great bat speed. He actually dropped a ton of weight as well this offseason, so he's hopefully going to stick around at third base, which would make his value a little bit more since he's at third base rather than first base, since there's a ton of power hitting first baseman out there. But
compare Guerrero Jr. to Tatis Jr. They're both sons of famous baseball players, and they're both in the same class. So what do you think? Do a little comparison of them, offensively and defensively.
I think Guerrero's got the better overall power. He's just got a massive hit tool. Generally, baseball players are graded from a 20 to 80 scale, 50 being in the middle. And Guerrero generally tends to have what's considered maybe a 65 to 70 grade power. Tatis is just a better overall player, though. He plays shortstop, which is a premium defensive position. He's got to work on his throwing accuracy. I think he made a few errors last year just because he was hurrying his throw and threw wildly. But he's a great athlete. He could probably steal 20 bases, hit 20 home runs, hit for high average. He was doing great last year, like I said, until he got hurt. So we'll see where he goes. We'll see where they go this year, but I'm excited for both of them.
Me too. Vlad Sr., personal favorite player of mine.
Yeah.
I hope Vlad Jr. has a better eye for the ball.
And speaking of Ozzie, these are my buddy's cards. We got the 1979 Topps Ozzie Smith rookie card. It's actually a really good card. The centering is not great. It's why it's graded a 9, but it's otherwise pretty fantastic shape.
What do you think that one would go for?
For a 9, I want to say these probably go for around $70 or $80. A 10 would go for probably over $1,000 though.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's quite a difference from the 9 to 10.
Yeah, they are. There's generally a pretty big difference in these older cards from 9 to 10. And then we also have the first card that Ozzie was pictured as a Cardinal, 1982 Topps Traded. I actually have one of these as well, and I think my buddy saw mine, got a little jealous, and he wanted to buy one too. But his is actually graded better than mine, so he probably got the better purchase. I want to say, yeah, I want to say he probably got his for $20, 25 or so. So it's a pretty good deal for the Topps traded. Here's another one of his. This is a 1/1 superfractor, or not, I don't think it's a superfractor, but it's a 1/1 Yadier Molina from, I think, got upside down again. 2011. It was Topps 50th anniversary, so they released a bunch of Diamond Edition cards, and they did one Canary Edition for each player, and he got the Yadi. So I know Yadier is one of his and his kid's favorite players. So
what's the rarity on that?
It's the only one.
So that we're looking at a one of a kind here.
Yeah.
So what do you think value is on that?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think this one has the greatest corners on it. It's really hard to tell, but the corners there have a little bit of damage on them. But if it were graded at 10, it'd be quite a bit, a few $100s. But as it is now, it's probably worth about $80 or $90. But it's generally, you don't grade the 1/1s just because there's nothing else to compare it to. So it's just a great card, and it's just really sharp looking. I like it.
So it could technically go for more because one of a kinds, it's basically what a person is willing to pay for.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So speaking of other 1/1s, I know my buddy's a big Dakota Hudson fan, so he picked up the gold vinyl superfractor from the Optic set this year. As you can see, it's got little swirls. It's a gold. On the back, it's got the 1/1 down there. So Hudson is we had a good year last year. They don't know if he'll be able to keep it up this year. A lot of his peripheral stats indicated maybe he was a little bit lucky last year, but he should be a solid number 2 or number 3 for the Cardinals. This one, I want to say, I think he picked it up for, I don't even know how much he picked it up for, but he did get a gem or a mint 9, so it's in pretty good shape.
Being a number 2 or 3 with the Cardinal staff's not bad considering you're pitching behind Flaherty.
It's not, yeah, exactly. So we'll just put that there. This one's one of my favorite players, Colton Wong. So this is the first Bowman Chrome autograph card, and if you haven't really kept up with baseball cards in recent years, the first Bowman Chrome autograph is what people are going for now. It's actually, these are even more valuable than a lot of their rookie cards. But Colton Wong's one of my favorite players. He and I played middle infield growing up, and I'm short and I relied more on contact than power, and that's basically Colton Wong to a T. And so you can see I got it's graded by Beckett. Got a 9.5 gem mint. The autograph is a 10. And I picked this one for.
Explain to the viewers so they understand why there's 2 grades on there.
Well, they grade them separately, so they grade the card itself and they grade the autograph. Like if the looked like he was running out of ink when he signed it and the autograph wasn't as clear, they would grade the autograph a little bit less. But it's just pretty sharp autograph. The ink is perfect, so they graded the autograph a 10.
What do we think value-wise for that?
I picked this one up for about $30. Unfortunately, Colton Wong, he's a great player, but he's not on a Hall of Fame trajectory or anything, so they don't really seek him as much.
More of a personal purchase?
Exactly. He's just one of my favorite players, and I'm happy to have him. Here's another one I picked up last year. This is my Fernando Tatis from Optic. This one's actually numbered to 20. I actually won this out of a break. And I was really lucky to get this one. Tatis is one of my favorite players, so I'm going to hang on to this one for a while. Even though this one, I could probably sell it for maybe $60 or $70, but since it was one of the first big hits that I got last year when I got back into collecting, I'm going to hang on to it. All right, we got a couple more. Every Cardinals fan knows Stan the Man. Picked this one up at a card shop that I go to all the time. It's got his autograph, and it's got a part of a game used relic or jersey. It is graded as authentic by SGC. SGC is one of the other grading companies. They're not as big as Beckett or PSA, but they've actually been gaining some ground in terms of popularity the last few years. But this one is one of the gold cards. It doesn't say it on the card, but this one is actually only one of 10 that were made.
And what do you think that's valued at?
Well, again, the corners aren't great. In mint condition, this card would actually go for about $120, $130, but I think I picked it up for $50. So not too bad. And, it's just, since Stan is one of my favorite players, I decided why not.
If you know baseball, you know Stan Musial.
Exactly. And then here's one of the Cardinals' big prospects, Dylan Carlson. He was picked in 2016. And he's a consensus top 20 prospect. Had a big year last year in Springfield. Was actually the AA MVP. Moved up to Memphis last year, and he crushed the ball there too. He was actually in spring training for the Cardinals this year and was doing really well. Unfortunately, with everything suspended, I don't think he'll start the season with the Cardinals. Chances are they'll probably send him back down to Memphis, give him a chance to play every day, and then I'll call him up later. But this card I actually picked up for about $140, and it's actually going now. I saw on YouTube or eBay for about $180 now, so it's going to jump even more. And I actually have another one of these, the same card except the blue wave refractor. It's numbered to 150. I picked that one up for 180, and that one's currently getting graded. I've got a bunch of good cards that are out getting graded, including one of these, the Fernando Tatis version of this, and the Keston Hiura version of this, except that one, the Hiura is a purple. So I'm hoping that I'll get those back and be very, very happy with the grades. Maybe make a little money off of them.
Some people like to play the stock market. We like to play the card market.
Exactly. And here we go. The final card, the gem of my collection so far. Mike Trout rookie card. 2011 update. It's only a PSA 9. I didn't want to get the 10 because that's a little bit more money than I was able to spend. But I bought this one for about $600. And last I checked, these are actually going for about $800. And it's Mike Trout. He's a guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer, so it's only going to go up in value.
I don't think you can lose on Trout right now.
No,
you say Trout is probably the safest investment out of anybody right now?
Trout is by far the safest investment. And I do have one more card, and then we'll wrap this up. This is a 2019 Bowman Chrome draft pick, JJ Bleday. He was the Marlins' first overall pick, and he is currently like a top 40 prospect. He's considered one of the best pure hitters from last year's draft. I happen to win this one in a break as well.
I remember that.
Yeah, this one's numbered to 150. Last time I looked, these were going raw for about $320. I won them for $12. So nice little win by me. I'm probably going to get this one graded. I'm going to wait till my other cards come back. I don't want to send all my cards out at once, but I'll get this one graded and see where it goes.
What do you think that's going to come back as? Because we'll do a follow-up video. And we'll see what it gets graded at, but let's take a look here, Steve. What do you think it's going to be graded at?
It'd be pretty nice. I kept it pretty clean. The corners and borders are all sharp. It's hard to tell if it's completely centered, but I think it's pretty close to being centered. I would not be surprised if this got at least a 9, possibly a 10, which if he gets a 10, the value goes from basically about $350 to close to $1,000, if not more.
Ooh.
So,
that's quite a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we showed off all of our current collection. I'm going to show a few little bit of the mail day that I got, the different cards I've gotten in the mail. I got 3 envelopes here, so I'll just open them and I will show off what I picked up. I think these are all Bowman Chrome first autos, which is, as I said, that's what people are going after, so it's kind of what I'm trying to go after.
What would you say are the best cards to invest in? Obviously, other than the Bowman.
The Bowman Chrome firsts are good. Obviously, rookies are good as well. Most people are going for Bowman and Topps, since Topps owns Bowman, and people want to collect the most valuable. And as much as I like the Donruss and Panini lines, unfortunately, since they don't have the logos, they're just not going to be as in high demand down the road.
All right, let's see what we got next. And we want you fans to keep in mind that as we expand and we grow, we would be happy to do openings for any of you fans.
Absolutely. If anything you guys want us to open, you just let us know. We'll get something worked out. I like how they wrap this one. It's always nice to see that they people who ship out the cards, they protect them very well. I'd rather go through the toil of having to unwrap everything than get a card just like in terrible condition.
Can't be worse than opening a video game from Walmart.
Right. Oh, actually, this is for me and my buddy. 2 of the Dante Bichette, or Bo Bichette, Bowman First Chromes. They're non-autos, unfortunately, so they're not going to be worth as much, but these are still worth a decent amount. A lot of them go for pretty good, upwards of $20-$30 for different players that they're, top tier, and Bo Bichette is obviously a pretty highly sought after player right now, so it's nice to have these. And the last one is actually coming from Topps themselves. See redemptions. They can't cut very well, apparently.
Yeah, make sure the viewers see that. So
Yeah.
These are all live. We don't
These are all live.
Fake or setup.
I have 3 different redemptions from various pack openings and a couple I bought on eBay. Let's see what I got. This first one is Ryan Weathers. He's a prospect for the Padres. I just picked him up for pretty cheap. I think I got it for like $3 on eBay, so nothing too great, but just thought I'd take a chance on him. We got Bryce Turang. He's a prospect for the Brewers. I think he's their top prospect. Pretty young. I think he's 20 or 21, and they're saying that he should be up by next year probably. So I just decided I'd take a chance on him. He wasn't too much. I think it was $20.
These are your penny stock investments.
Yeah, basically. And then this one here, Cameron Meisner. He's a first-round pick for the Marlins, and this one is a number /99. I actually picked him up mostly because I'm a Mizzou Tigers fan, and he was he played for Mizzou, and so I'm hoping that he's going to turn into something. He's considered a 5-tool prospect. He plays the outfield. So I paid a little bit more for this guy. I think I paid about $65 for the redemption card, but if you actually look on eBay, the card itself is going for about 80 or 85. So I paid a little bit less to had to wait to get the redemption, but now that it's here, I'm actually happy to have it in my collection.
All right.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Again, we're the Show Me Bros. We're also on Instagram. We're also going to be on Facebook. I'll post those links below. So go ahead and subscribe and follow us, and we'll talk to you.
Give us a like on the video too. Keep in mind, guys, this is our first video. We're going to work the kinks out, and we're going to make sure that we bring you the highest content value that we can.
Exactly. Talk to you later.